The former assistant principal of a Virginia elementary where a 6-year-old boy shot his teacher appeared in court today. Ebony Parker was indicted on 8 counts of felony child abuse. The teacher shot, Abby Zwerner, says on the day that the shooting happened, Parker was warned at least 3 times that the child had a gun, but did not take action. The indictment found numerous security lapses at the school and discovered disciplinary records for the student involved were missing. Zwerner's attorneys say the report shows the school has an unsafe culture.
Serious questions need to be answered by the school board and about the culture that they oversaw of being loose with disciplinary records and that put our teachers and our students in danger.
If convicted, Ebony Parker could spend up to 40 years behind bars.
Republican politicians are going public with their position on abortion. This comes after the Arizona Supreme Court on Monday paved the way for a near total abortion ban from 1864 to take effect.
Facing the consequences of this are those seeking medical treatment that can only be administered by an abortion provider.
Chaos on the floor of the Arizona House of Representatives Wednesday as Republicans block an effort to repeal a near total ban on abortion in the state.
All in favor of that motion, vote aye. Aye. All opposed, vote no. Ayes have it, so ordered.
The dramatic scene comes just one day after the Arizona Supreme Court ruled on Tuesday that an 1864 law banning nearly all abortions except when necessary to save a pregnant person's life is enforceable. The law carries a prison sentence of 2 to 5 years for abortion providers, making it one of the strictest laws in the country and solidifying abortion as a key issue in this year's elections. Former President Donald Trump is already shifting on a position he announced Monday that abortion should be left to the states, promising that Arizona's Democratic Governor Katie Hobbs would take care of it, quote, very quickly.
I'm sure that the governor and everybody else are going to bring it back into reason.
Meanwhile, with the abortion ban set to take effect in the coming weeks, it's the people of Arizona who are searching for answers.
They're confused. There's a lot of chaos. People want to know just how long we're going to be able to provide services. Like I said, we're very, very focused on ensuring that Arizonans have access for as long as we are legally able to provide access.
I'm Cole Higgins reporting.
Ford is recalling nearly 43,000 small SUVs due to a gasoline can leak. The recall covers certain Bronco Sport SUVs from the 2022 and 2023 model years and 2022 Escape SUVs. The recall is because gasoline can leak from the fuel injectors onto hot engine surfaces, increasing the risk of fires. Dealers will install a tube to let gasoline flow away from hot surfaces to the ground and below the vehicle, and update engine control software to detect a pressure drop in the fuel injection system. There are no reports of crashes or injuries. Chronic school absenteeism has risen since COVID-19, with almost 6% of children missing 15 days or more of school per year.
A new study shows rates differ significantly depending on a student's health status and disabilities, and also on their race and family income.
Children of all ages miss school from time to time, but in a study of CDC data from 2022, researchers found that certain groups miss it more than others. For example, white and Hispanic children were found to suffer chronic absenteeism for health reasons at rates 2 to 6 times more than children who are Asian non-Hispanic or Black non-Hispanic. Children from families with incomes below the federal poverty level missed school almost twice as much as children from families with incomes above that level. And children with disabilities and with lower baseline health scores suffered from chronic absenteeism 3 to 6 times more than children without disabilities or with higher baseline health scores. While it's important to note this study didn't say why absenteeism varied by these factors, it does point out significant disparities in the amount of school some kids are missing. Further research is needed to determine the root causes of these disparities and help every child cut down on those sick days and stay in school. With this Medical Minute, I'm Christiane Cordero.
Today is National Pet Day. Share your pet photos with us by sending them to staff@crossroadstoday.com. So thank you to Ray and Jeremy for sending in these pictures of their cats. And thank you to everyone who keeps on sending photos of their furry friends.
Great pictures.
You know, it reminds me, I didn't do that. I've got to get my doggy's picture in there.
Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. A very lovely evening out there. Nice and mild, 62 degrees. We managed to get up to 84 today in the abundant sunshine that we have. Things are looking very nice as we head on into the weekend. That's important because we got a big birthday party on Saturday. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a moment. Well, good evening, everybody. We start off with the big picture. Let's go see what's happening across the country. Well, remember the storm that came through our area a couple nights ago? Well, that has continued going on northeastward, and here it is. That's the one that brought us the thunder and the lightning, and look at the mess it's making for the East Coast. Ahead of it, of course, is the severe weather with this line. That moved through Florida, and finally it's offshore, but all of the East Coast is having trouble. We are the beneficiaries of that storm because as it goes that way, higher pressure builds on top of us and gives us a very nice weekend. In fact, temperatures are going to warm up a little bit, but lots of sunshine is expected. When that line passed through Florida in San Augustine earlier today, they did have a tornado. I'm still waiting on word as to what and how many people were affected by it, but that is fortunately offshore now. Looking at 82 for tomorrow, 81 in Houston, 83 in San Antonio, and we're looking for slightly warming temperatures. Now, tomorrow is a good day because the humidity is low. By the time we get to Monday, we'll start feeling the humidity because the big difference is when the wind is offshore or when the wind is onshore. And the onshore wind will be taking over in the next couple of days. And that's when the humidity rolls in. Probably by Sunday, we'll see partly cloudy conditions. Monday, even cloudier and rather humid as we get temperatures pushing into the mid 80s by then. So, you know, summertime is real close. I can almost feel it in the air when summertime is about to take over, and our temperatures will be above 85 for a long time. So that storm continues rolling east. High pressure gives us a good couple of days over our area. And then by the time we get to Sunday, it moves to the east, and that opens up the door for that Gulf air to roll back in. So you won't be seeing cool, crisp nights. You'll be seeing the overcast and the morning low cloud cover. But as we get into the early part of next week, we start watching out the west coast. Right now, there's a storm out there. It is, shall we say, it's debatable that it's going to be that strong to me. I don't think to us, our pressures are going to be much higher than that. So I really don't think that that's actually going to bring us rain, but it's in the extended outlook, and we'll talk more about that as we get into the next week. Otherwise, for this weekend, spectacular. Is that one word or two or three? Spectacular. Four. It's 4 words. Are we playing Scrabble here? Anyway, mostly sunny with a few clouds here and there, getting up to about 80 at the coast. For those of you inland in Cuero, you're looking at partly cloudy with a high of 81. And here's your 7-day. Of course, again, as I keep telling you, there's a big birthday party downtown, to Victoria's 200th birthday. They're going to put a new statue of Martin de Leon. They're going to have music and dancing, and there's a big what do you call it, a big farmer's market. There's stuff for sale. So we invite you to get down there and participate in Keep Victoria Beautiful. And of course, on Sunday, we start seeing more cloud cover and then very cloudy, but still rather warm and humid as temperatures start pushing the mid-80s. That is your 7-day forecast, reminding everybody we do have a QR code. Love for you to scan that, put Crossroads Today on your phone. And now we go to Zach with Track Stars.
Yep, she's in Goliad, and she is your athlete of the week. Hear from her in sports. Our athlete of the week is from Goliad, and she took home 5 gold medals last week and got more today in the area around. She is no stranger to success in all of her sports, especially track and field. Goliad track star Kyla Hill took home 5 gold medals in the district championships, and she looks like she's on a fast track to competing in the state meets very soon, trying to give it her all in her senior season.
Really pushing myself in practices and making sure I give it my all because I don't have very many chances left. I've done really good so far, so I'm happy that I've been doing good, but really sad that it's my last time.
Coach Zamzo has been there every step of the way for the star senior, and she credits him with her and her team's success.
He's definitely one of the best coaches I've ever had. He's been coaching me since I was little, like in Small World, 4 years old, doing summer track. And he's always pushing us, and whenever we'll do 300s, and before we start a rep, he's like, all right, this is for 355 or whatever, whatever time, and he's really good. As we enter the home stretch for track season, the girls trying to enter the most important races of the year, hitting their full stride, trying to bring more gold to Goliad. This team is so great. We haven't actually been able to run our OG 4x4 for a few weeks. Last district was actually our first time doing it for 5 weeks. And so we're really trying to get back to our 355 or faster than that one that we ran. So yeah. Now on that same campus, the Goliad Tigerette softball team has had quite the turnaround, going 11-22 last year with a losing record in district to so far being undefeated and staring a district title in the face last time out. Freshman Natalie Lill threw a no-hitter.
Having my teammates there was really beneficial for me, and
having them backing me up really helped me as a pitcher because it made me not have to throw as many pitches, and they were able to do their jobs and get what needed to be done.
They have far exceeded my expectations. Their work ethic is some of the best that we have coached in 16 years of doing it, and we are firm believers in you reap what you sow. And so I truly believe that they are now seeing the fruits of their labor.
Their next game will be at George West tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Another day, another loss for the Astros, and it was over by the first inning. Houston down 9-0 after 1 to Kansas City as the Royals broke out the brooms and dominated Houston in this 3-game stretch. Final score was 13-3. The Astros had 11 hits, still could not muster much offense. The Texas Rangers got excellent pitching, allowing just 1 run and 4 hits, but they had worse offense than the Astros. They got shut out and held to 1 hit against the Oakland Athletics. The Rangers fought a 7-6, and as bad as Houston has been to begin the year, only 3.5 games back from the AL West lead. That is it for your sports. Don and Karina, back to you.
Thanks, Zach, and stay with us. Coming up on 25 News now at 10, we're going to take a last look at your weather. Plus, we go over the life and downfall of O.J. Simpson.
O.J. Simpson died on Wednesday at the age of 76 after his battle with prostate cancer. O.J. was one of the NFL's greatest running backs. After his playing career ended, he did TV commercials, NFL game commentary, and appeared in movies. In June 1994, Simpson was charged with the murder of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman, resulting in the trial of the century. While cleared of murder charges in criminal court, Simpson was found guilty in a civil trial and ordered to pay $33.5 million in punitive and compensatory damages to the Brown and Goldman families. In 2008, Simpson was found guilty of armed robbery and kidnapping in Las Vegas. He served 9 years in prison. On the night of June 17, 1994, our very own Mac Pettis was doing the weather live on KCBS TV, the CBS affiliate in Los Angeles. You were doing the weather live, and then?
Well, it was at 5:55, and I was doing the wrap-up weather at the end of the show, and I'm in the middle of it, and they scream in my ear, "Throw it to the anchors, breaking news." So they throw it to the anchors, and the reason is that our helicopter, they had been looking for O.J. all day long, but our helicopter hadn't found him on the 91 freeway, and so we went live to the helicopter, and we were watching exactly that shot. Bob Tour was our pilot at the time, and he had a knack for finding things, and so we broke into programming, and then we followed the program, the Bronco, all the way back to Brentwood, and we sat on that live picture for about 4 hours.
Wow.
Because at about 9 o'clock in the evening, 9:30, almost 10, he decided to hand himself over to the police. Our sportscaster at the time was also an NFL player, so he knew O.J., shall we say, very well. Mm-hmm. And he got on our broadcast, which was then transmitted to the radio, to talk to OJ in the truck and say, OJ, come on in, you know, it'll be all right. People are going to get hurt and all that stuff. And people say LA changed that day because then after he was apprehended the next day, well, obviously we had to recap the whole story. And then when the trial started, you know, do you want to see the trial or not? Well, the interest was so high that we carried it live all day, every day for about a week and a half. And we're going, whatever happened to The Price is Right, you know, and all that. We didn't carry them because people wanted to follow the trial. They felt like they were part of it for some reason. And someone who as famous and popular as OJ was, I mean, he was a big deal back then, to go from that high to this low, it was just something that everybody just gravitated to.
Amazing memories.
Wow.
We have amazing weather coming up.
Amazing weather, yes, for tomorrow. Going to be great. We're looking for lots of sunshine, dry weather for Friday, but a little bit of humidity over the weekend. But all things considered, it's going to be a great weekend for our birthday party.
All right.
All righty. Well, thank you for joining us for 25 News now at 10.
Join Carolina Astroin, meteorologist Parker Cox. 25